Hey guys, how are you? Chef James here again. Hey listen, have you ever thought about working at a breakfast house? You know what it's like? You ever been there? You ever eaten at a breakfast house and seen how busy it is? But you notice one thing, on every plate is eggs. They're scrambled or they're poached or they're hard boiled. I haven't seen too much of that at breakfast houses, but they're there. Over easy, sunny side up. Do you know all those? Remember, you're trying to be a chef. You want to be a chef someday. And chefs really have to know breakfast as well. It's a big thing. So, and being in a breakfast house is very fast paced. It's busy because like a lot of people like to get up and go start their morning with some coffee and breakfast. And if you notice around town, a lot of breakfast houses, if you ever drive around 6 in the morning or 7 a.m., it's quite busy. They're packed. The cooks in there, they probably get there around 4 or 3 a.m., depending on what they prep or what kind of place it is. But what I wanted to show you guys today was how to do some eggs. So if you're thinking about working at a breakfast house and you don't really know how to do eggs well, or the common eggs you're going to be making, you want to practice that and get good and know what they're talking about and how to identify them and practice them. So today I want to go over a few eggs with you and show you how we do them at the breakfast house. Now, I used to work at a big breakfast house out here, Las Vegas, and it was busy. And on the egg station, all you did was omelets and scrambled eggs and poached eggs. Anyway, it was very busy, and one of the things you really want to get good at is making those eggs and knowing what they are and how to make them and getting comfortable flipping them, because you want to be fast, and every plate will be waiting on you. So every plate that he gets ready off the grill, the guys working the grill, your expediter call out 2 over easies here, then 3 over easies, you know. And it could be sunny side up, could be country scrambled, could be poached, it could be just scrambled eggs, lightly scrambled, wet, runny. You got to be very fast at that, because that's the only thing basically you're cooking, unless it's like a grilled ham or a New York steak and eggs, stuff like that. You got a little bit of time, but you're constantly got to move fast on that. So today I want to show you guys how to do some eggs that you're going to be doing in a breakfast house, because like I said, it's very fast paced. So you want to learn those. If you're considering working for a breakfast house, you will need to learn these. So like I said, on my channel, The Working Chef, I just want to show you guys what you need to learn going out there in the workforce. Not all the other stuff, which is also great and fun, you know, but you're not working at the White House. So you're basically earning a living, and you're going to be going into these types of places. So, and like I said, you want to be comfortable with the staple of things, the main things. So I'm going to try to show you the tools. So today it's going to be all about eggs. Okay, so I want to get this pan nice and hot, because if I don't, it's going to stick. I got it pretty hot right now, so I'm going to add some oil in there. It's not much. I'd probably put about a tablespoon in there, okay? So I know you guys can't see anything right now too much. I don't got 100 cameras in this, but I'm going to eventually stop it, and I'll show you the eggs when I get them done. So let me turn this down, because I got this pretty screaming hot. So I'm using olive oil. You can use ghee, clarified butter. That's what that is basically. Okay. So so let's see here. Okay, I got a shell in there. So I just use my egg shell to get that out. And I can see that I need a little bit more oil. And you're going to do this at the restaurant too. Okay. I'm going to get this so it doesn't stick. Cooking away here. Because at a restaurant, you're probably going to be doing about, hopefully, 3 pans, at least 2 pans, 2 eggs at a time. I mean, 2 sauteed pans of eggs at a time, so you can get pretty fast at it. So I want to flip it. Bring it back. Some over easies right there. Okay. Do that one again. Get these going. Some over eases, a little bit more oil. Okay. So this pan is a little old, so it's sticking on me just a bit. The worst thing you want in a restaurant is some old omelet pans. So we kind of get through them. We go through them quite a bit over there at breakfast houses, okay? So I want the egg to be able to slide around. So if I can't get it naturally, you know, if the pan's not taking care of that, then I got to add more oil to where I can get it to where it can slather around, you know? So I'm cooking them up. And for some reason, this yolk broke. So what I'm going to do, let's get this sucker flipped. Sealed up okay. So you can see that over easy egg right there. Is that the best one? No, that's not the best one. If your pan doesn't work for you good, that's going to be a problem. So like I said, this isn't a brand new pan. I got the temperature about right. You're just going to have to get a feel and understanding for that yourself. So that's why I keep adding a little bit more oil to this, guys. I don't want a lot of oil, but I just want this to stick. So I'm letting it cook up a little bit. So you're always going to be kind of adjusting your flame a little bit. Okay. Let these cook up a little more. I turn it. You can see that what I'm doing is always adjusting the flame. I'm watching this cook. These eggs look nice right here. Okay. So it only takes a second. Okay. There you go. Over easy eggs right there. So normally what I would be doing is putting that on a steak plate, you know, steak and eggs, or steak and bacon plate, you know, the hash browns. Okay? So you want a sunny side up, right? What's a sunny side up? I think you guys know. Do I have to show you? Sure, why not? Okay, so I'm adjusting my flame. I don't got it too hot. There was a shell in there, so I use a shell to get the other shell out. See how my pan's kind of sticking? I'm trying to push it or release it here. I don't want that happening because it just ruins the whole egg. So I don't do too many omelets at home. Okay, I'm only doing one just so I don't waste 1,000 eggs here. Okay, so I'm only gonna do one, but it's sunny side up. It's just as it is, so you don't flip it over. Okay, but you want to cook it just a little bit more. You're not going to end up cooking the whites on the top. Sometimes you'll have that. Okay. So at this point, I'd call that. I would say that's my sunny side up right there. Okay. Okay. So now that pan's really hot. So now you're going to do some over hard. You got to order for some over hard eggs. Let me turn this down a little bit. Control your heat. So for over hard eggs, what you're going to do once you get the eggs in there, Just gonna just pop those. Okay? Use your spatula too, you can. Pop your yolks, that's all you're doing, okay? You're getting the heat up just a little bit more. And you're still gonna flip this. Okay? That's what you wanna do. So these are your over hard eggs. And what you want to do too is very important. Learn how to saute with both hands, because you're gonna man the stove. You're gonna have probably about at least 4 to 6 burners. Okay, so learn how to flip with your left if you're right-handed, and your right if you're left-handed. Same thing with using a whisk. You want to learn that, because you're gonna need to have that coordination in both hands. Okay. Over hard. I can take that a little farther, but that's, you don't want to like go too far. Okay. That's a little bit runny. So yeah, I probably could have took that a little farther. You don't want to complain. Okay, so the next one is a country scramble. So what's a country scramble? Okay, so really easy. I'm not gonna waste 2 eggs explaining that to you or showing you that. Okay. Basically, you're just gonna scramble it in the pan, okay? Loosely scramble it in the pan. You don't want to make it all one color. You just want to kind of just see the difference between the white and the yolk. So yeah, as you can see that I'm kind of adding a little bit of oil, drops of oil here and there, because my pan has a couple of spots here that are sticky and it's driving me nuts. And sometimes, like I said, you're gonna be in some, there's your country scramble, you're gonna be in some places that they need some new pans and they just haven't gotten around to them yet. Okay, so that's the beauty of these things. You could just use your sanitation towel and just wipe out the pan and it's clean again. Your sanitation towel, okay? We can probably go over sanitation and all that type of thing another time. Okay, so far what I've done is made the over easy, sunny side up, country scramble, and over hard. Okay, so now you're gonna get an order for a fried egg. Okay, really easy. You want just a little bit more oil than this. So I probably got about a tablespoon and a half. I'll put more in there if I need it. Like I said, this pan's kind of sticking on me a little bit, giving me a little bit of trouble. But I'll work through that. So you want to get it kind of hot, because you're basically going to be frying that egg. So you're trying to get it a little crispy. That's what you're looking for, trying to get it a little crispy, okay? People like the crunch on things, or like I do. I love nuts and snacks like that, but everybody likes some texture, okay? So let's get that in there. It's getting hot. I can see a little smoke coming out here. See how it's frying? Or you hear how it's frying? Okay. Got some smoke coming out of there from my oil in the pan. All right, so I'm going to throw just a little bit more oil in there to help it fry up. And every order you're going to do, like I said, is going to be 2 eggs on a plate. There are some specials, you're going to have 3 eggs on a plate. And you're going to flip them right in there. Okay? Yes, it's going to splash a little bit, but you're tough enough. I'm sure you can handle a couple of hot oil spills on your hands and stuff like that. Right? So I'm going to take it off the flame a little bit. Okay, so now look. I'm flipping it. There you go. Come on. There you go. Look at that. Can I take it farther? Yeah. I can take that a little farther. You want to just crunch it up It's gonna be like chicharron if you wanted to. Okay, that looks pretty good. So look, as you notice, the eggs cook really fast. I mean, it's only a couple minutes and your eggs are done. That's why breakfast is so fast, you know. So look at that. There's a fried egg for you. The magic of television, I already have some boiled water here. And no, this isn't going to be actual size for a restaurant. Usually they have like some kind of stock pot that holds like 1.5 gallons. So what do you put in the water? You put a little vinegar. In this, I probably put maybe a tablespoon of vinegar and just a little bit of salt, maybe a teaspoon. You don't want it to have too much salt in there. So look, poached eggs. So the water's simmering. It's not too much. So I see people like they'll crack some eggs and they'll put them in a bowl and then or try to get it on the ladle or whatever and try to set it down in there gently. When you're busy, nobody's going to be doing that. Nobody does that in the restaurant. Okay, so this is what they're doing. They're doing that and they're holding their hand as low as possible in the water and just dropping it in. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit more. And you know, if I have I don't know, let's say 3 orders of eggs Benedict, I'm gonna put 6 eggs in there. And a little bit, like, say I dropped that one, I dropped the other one, probably maybe 2 seconds later, 3 seconds later. You don't wanna put too many eggs in there at once. I would need a bigger pan, like a braising pan if I was doing a bunch, okay? So what's a braising pan? I'll show you another time because you guys got to learn your pots and pans and all these types of things. Yeah. Anyway, it's a lot. So the egg to poach, and sometimes they want, you know, it's a poached hard egg. So that's basically a hard boiled egg. Okay. So, but normally it's just poached until the whites are done. It's going to take maybe 3 minutes. And you still want the egg kind of runny. So I got it in there cooking. And get yourself a slotted spoon, see? A little slotted spoon. And sometimes you get a little of the egg whites that fall off, and you always want to clean this thing because you want to change out your pan every now and then. So why the vinegar? So the vinegar just helps with the egg whites coagulate, and so the egg kind of just tightens up so it doesn't just run everywhere. It's not perfect, but it helps. And then the salt is kind of helps that too, and it's also for flavor, of course. So I'm gonna gently, and you want to be ginger about it. You just want to go underneath the egg, lift it up, and take a look at it. And notice, you know, hey, I think I could still see the whites are raw. So leave it in there longer. So like, if you're doing that, you're probably going to go back to your little omelet station real quick. I don't know if this is going to be near you. It may be near you, and an ideal setup. This would be like right here next to you, because you don't get a lot of these orders, but you do get them. You kind of want it. That's another station you got to worry about. And you're going to have a lot of fresh eggs right next to you. And you're going to have some place to put the eggs if you're not putting them right on the plate. Because maybe the plate's not ready for you to put the hard-boiled eggs on, so you got to hold them somewhere, okay? So let me take a look at that again. And that looks good to me. Okay, so there's a poached egg right there. And I would normally just go right on. What you want to do is take the excess water off. So sometimes you'll dampen the egg on the spoon, on a towel to kind of absorb the extra water, because you don't carry that and put it right on top of your eggs Benedict, because it's going to have a English toasted English muffin or grilled, and then Canadian bacon on top of that. Don't go straight out of there when it's soaking wet and throw it right on there, because you're going to get water all over the place. You're going to ruin the dish. And then the chef's going to get pretty pissed off at you. Okay, and then you're going to look like an idiot on the line, and nobody's going to want you to work that station again. So pull it out, dampen, get it dry. Sometimes, like I said, if you do it ahead of time, then you can have it put in some area set up something for yourself. If it's a couple of nice clean towels, you can get them damped and put them on another plate, or let's say a shallow pan or something small, where you can get them up. Just keep them warm though. Okay, so anyway, so that's what you want to do. You want to get the moisture off, the extra water off, and then you can put it on the eggs Benedict. And then the next guy, he's going to take that plate, he's going to put some hollandaise sauce on there, some paprika, and maybe some chopped parsley, or who knows what, whatever he likes. I don't even care. But anyway. So what else am I going to show you? Okay, so you got a big breakfast house where you're working, and you get a lot of poached eggs Benedicts, and they got maybe crab cakes, Benedicts, and whatever else that's like their specialty. So what you want to do, you're probably in the early morning before service, because you're going to know like when you're going to get slammed, when you're going to get hit, so you want to be prepared. They call it sandbagging, when you kind of grill, pre-mark some stuff, and you just have it ready to finish on the grill. So it's kind of like that. You don't want to ever go too far. So if maybe you're going to sell like within the hour, you're going to sell 20 eggs Benedicts to 30. So maybe you want to poach off 15. Okay, and like I said, don't get them too far. You just want to have them enough to where they still need more cooking. And so what I did over here, I'll show you right now. Let me slow this down. And this is a nice trick for you guys to learn. Okay, so now you're gonna go, got your water ready, and so this is what speeds it up. So let's just imagine I have already a few orders of pre-poached eggs. So you can put them in ice water or some regular water if you're gonna move fast. And you're gonna fish out it's already pre-poached eggs, and they just need a little bit more cooking. You're going to be very ginger about it. And when you do prep like 15 orders or something, put them in something that's a little overly big that you can keep on the line, whatever you can. And then you're going to fish it out. Okay. Get the poached egg out. Okay. You see that? And I'm going to go right back in here to heat it up and finish it. And this speeds it up. Okay. So that's going to make your orders go out a lot faster. Is it still a great product? Of course it is. There's nothing wrong with it. You're just trying to save time, and you're being more efficient. So you have these ready. It's the same thing with the bacon. When they have bacon, they don't make bacon per order. They do sheet pans of bacon. And we bake them off in the oven. That's why they're all straight. We don't put them in pans and on the grill, because they'll curl up like, you know how when you make bacon at home, it comes out like your fists and your fingers like that. It's all like a wad of curly hair. Well, the reason why they don't look like that, the restaurants, because we put them on sheet pan with parchment paper. We bake them in the oven, and they just stay straight like that. Okay, so look at this thing's already ready to go, and all my yapping right there. So I'll pull that out. Okay, it's already, see how fast that was? I don't know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, I don't know. So I would go right on my eggs Benedict right there. That's what I would do. Okay, so like I said, imagine if you had a few orders that come in right away. Let's say, like I said, within the hour, you know you're going to get at least 20 eggs Benedict. And why I tell you to make a little less, because you may not, and you're trying to not have waste, so don't overdo it. So if you're thinking 20, just get ready 15. You know, because by then it's dropping off on that or whatever. And you can always kind of just maintain it, okay? So that's what you want to do. So here we have our eggs. I'm going to bring the camera a little closer so I can explain them and you guys can take a better look at them, okay? How about that? Okay, guys, here we go again. So I'm going to show you how to do these basted eggs really quickly. I got my flame on right here. This is just a camping stove. I'm just using this because obviously it's too hard to turn around and do it on the stove here with the camera. So anyway, I got a little bit of oil. You can see maybe a tablespoon in there. I'm getting it hot. You can tell when it's getting hot. You can feel the pan right here. It's another way you can tell. Just feel the pan, you know, you can kind of feel the heat coming out from here, not the side so much. Okay, so real simple. I always try to control that flame too, so I don't want to get too hot on me. So let me get a couple of eggs in there. These are some nice big eggs right here, I'll tell you that. right there. Let that cook up in there a little bit, okay? So the same thing, as you remember last time, I don't want these eggs to stick. And this pan right here is a little older. It's not the best pan, so I'm just getting a little bit more oil just to make sure I don't have that sticking issue, okay? And I can feel it is sticking. So I'm just releasing it, trying to be careful not to break the yolks. So if you're doing this in a restaurant, you want that. See how it slides around? Just a itty bit more for me. Okay? Okay, so, and when they cook up a little bit more, they'll slide around a little bit more. I don't get that on too high a flame. When you're working in the restaurant, the flames are a lot harder than this camping stove. I'm telling you, a lot hotter. Okay, so see how it's cooking up nice? So what I want to do, I'm going to just turn it down a little bit, and all we're going to do is steam it. So a little bit of water. Be careful, okay? You don't need a lot. Just a little bit of water. I'm going to let that just steam up in there. Okay, so you can do that with some ice cubes. So if you had some of that in your station and you had an ice machine, you can usually just get a little cup filled with some ice, and you can have that ready to go and just drop a few cubes in there and they'll melt in there, or steam. See that? So it doesn't take long at all. Okay, so let's pull this over here. Let's make some room right here. And there you go right there. There's some basted eggs. Okay? Now I don't want that water on my plate. So right there. You see that? So there you go. There's some basted eggs for you, okay? Okay, was that simple enough? Now you know how to do it, guys. It's that simple, okay? So like I said, practice this stuff. You can get it down, but all it takes is practice, okay? You got this. All right, guys, so there it is. I hope that you learned something from that. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I will try to answer them as soon as I can, as soon as I see them. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Practice it. Practice both hands and your sauteing and your flipping. Remember to be mindful of the temperature, the flame underneath. Always have your mise en place ready. That's a culinary French term for just having things in place, being prepared and prepped, okay? So your station's always clean and it's always filled with what you need. So you learned a little bit how to be ahead of time and the importance of getting these eggs done fast and right. Because if you mess up some eggs, you're going to be slowing down the whole line. And if you keep breaking yolks and can't do any sunny side ups, which is the most popular one, you're going to have problems working at egg station. Okay, so this is what to expect when you get into a breakfast house, and it's very fast paced. And at the egg station, there's not too many guys going to be working at egg stations that are good enough. But I think you can if you practice hard enough. Okay, God bless, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Thank you for all your support. Please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me. I want to do more videos like this, and I'll have some more ideas that I'll be showing to you guys shortly. Thank you so much.